We have to hit the markets first. What do you make of what's going on, given all the volatility that we're seeing, the sell-off today?
I mean, look, I think it's hard to game this, right? I mean, who knows? Who knows what the news flow will be? And so I guess I'm not surprised. It feels like this gets a little worse before it gets better. I do worry that I'm not sufficiently worried. I think we're going to all be okay, but
you tried to shake my hand, so
I did. But then we did this, and it worked out. Yeah. So I'm washing my hands so well now. It's really great.
Well, moving beyond the markets, you want to talk about opportunity zones. This was something that a lot of people had been talking about. It got a lot of attention, but then it kind of seemed like it faded away a bit. So what is going on in the opportunity zone space these days?
Right. Well, just as a quick reminder for your viewers, the opportunity zone opportunity was created by the Trump's tax bill on December 17, and it essentially allows people to have capital gains to roll them into primarily real estate investments and defer and then avoid taxes on subsequent gains. And so it's public policy for getting capital to go where it needs to be in sort of, less prosperous areas. And yeah, the program has been disappointing, primarily I think because the investment you have to hold for 10 years, its development, which is the riskiest part of the real estate investing. There's no income, and it's a complicated sell. So I think we're have been modestly successful, but it's been it's been tougher to execute than we expected.
Right. So this is about capital gains. It's kind of a way to not have to pay the capital gains tax. You can put it away, defer it for 10 years in these sorts of investments. Do you think that they got the incentive wrong here when they came out with the tax reform?
Yeah, well, two things. One, I guess I should have mentioned, there's a sort of social impact do-gooder aspect to this, which appeals to us. But actually, I think you hit the point exactly right. The thing about the tax code is it affects behavior, right? We buy municipal bonds because they're tax-free, right? We buy homes because we can deduct our mortgages. This was trying to drive capital into certain areas. And I would say that the program underperforming suggests that they didn't price it properly. In other words, the incentive, notwithstanding all the criticism it's gotten in the press and by a number of lawmakers, I think the incentive the market's telling us isn't sufficiently large for people to want to make the investment.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that will start to change maybe in 2021 when we start to see the benefit of the tax reform start to fade a bit, and maybe folks will look at the opportunity zones as an opportunity to put that money to work?
I think it will get a bit better more because people are getting educated on it. Initially we really had to explain, from the beginning, this is what it is. Mm-hmm. It's new. There was concern about, well, would I really get the taxes? And I think it's been socialized enough that it'll be a little bit easier going forward. But back to the good point you made, I think the pricing of it has suggested that it's going to just be more modest than Treasury. Treasury thought $100 billion would go into opportunity zones. They now think it'll be, less than 20. So it's,
wow.
So it's much smaller.
Really off there, I suppose. How about if there's a recession, or the sell-off that we're seeing continues, and do you think that would maybe drive some sort of appetite to look at opportunity zones? If they take some money off of the table, don't want to pay the capital gains, want to put some money to work there, do you think?
Well, I think that the thing that would help is with this volatility, you may have people panicking out, where the market's been up a lot, right up 30% last year. Someone gets concerned, they sell, now they have capital gains. Mm-hmm. And so, they went from having unrealized gains to having capital gains, so now they might be interested in a program by which they can defer those capital gains. So the volatility might inadvertently sort of result in the recognition of a lot of capital gains, which gives us a broader audience to at least speak to.
Mm-hmm. Before I let you go, anything else that's on your radar right now? What are you paying attention to?
The election, isn't everyone?
And how do you think that might play out or bode for markets even?
Right. Well, I think I told you I'm SkyBridge's token Democrat. No, that's not completely true. But no, I think we had the Biden rally yesterday, mm-hmm. and I think the election's actually going to be a lot less of a factor, certainly than the virus and just the overall economic conditions.
All right. Well, Brett Messing, thank you so much for having us here at SkyBridge Capital. Shauna, back to you.
Thanks, Julia.
Hey, investors. Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.